Not all NFL drafts are worthy of a 30 for 30 documentary, but last night's first round certainly would qualify. Now, especially if you throw in the whole day. If you did a 30 for 30 on the day, you had Adam Schefter breathlessly telling you Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to play for Green Bay. And Schefter did a great job in reporting yesterday. Then there was a report Tim Tebow worked out for the Jags as a tight end.
Come on.
With his former head coach, Urban Meyer. Then the draft starts. Quarterbacks were the story. 5 QBs go in the top 15. We knew Trevor Lawrence. We knew Zach Wilson. We knew they'd go 1-2. And then the Niners surprised everybody, including everybody apparently in the organization, when they took Trey Lance number 3 overall. By the way, there's a lot of revisionist history with experts, quote, air quotes, I never bought that smoke screen with Mac Jones to the 49ers. If I said 24 hours ago, if I said at this point yesterday, you're going to put a week's pay on it, how many people are going to go, I'm going to put it on Justin Fields, Trey Lance? You would have put it on Mac Jones. I would have. And I was the first to have the information that somebody within the Niners organization is the one who said, and I wasn't allowed to say who that person was. And I still can't say who it was, but I know there's one person in the war room with the Niners who was really pushing for Trey Lance. And I even told you he was working out with Tom House and his group, a quarterback whisperer, John Beck, former BYU quarterback. They were working on his mechanics. He acknowledged that, yes, he was working with this group on his mechanics when he joined us yesterday. And they were monitoring his progress there. Whether it was a smokescreen, it was brilliantly played. I don't know why they had to have a smokescreen, because nobody else could go up higher to get Trey Lance. You gave up an awful lot to get Trey Lance. Now, did we come away from that interview impressed? Absolutely. Couldn't help but be impressed with Trey Lance. Personality-wise, I'm not the one making the pick. That's Kyle Shanahan. He's got to make this work. How does he make this work? Can Jimmy Garoppolo keep his job if he keeps winning? That's a good team. I mean, it's not like you're going to, a bad team where you have a bridge quarterback. This is a really good team. And Trey Lance could be going into a situation very, very similar to Patrick Mahomes with Kansas City. You got an offensive-minded head coach, you got weapons, and maybe he sits for 1 year with Jimmy Garoppolo. Maybe. But that's a long time away from football because he only played 1 game this past year. But it was fun. The Bears trading up to get Justin Fields at 11. Patriots got Mac Jones at 15. Best part was, we had ambiance there. We had fans there in Cleveland. And instead of the commissioner making picks from his basement, he was front and center. An exciting night. And as these storylines develop, going to make for a good documentary down the road. Back to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, I thought when I first heard this was, you guys embarrassed me on draft day last year taking my replacement. I'm going to embarrass you guys on draft day. I don't know who sent the text to Adam Schefter. I'm going to guess it didn't behoove or benefit the Packers to do this. So probably came from somebody close to somebody who knows somebody within Aaron Rodgers' camp. Does he want out? Come out and say, trade me. But things didn't get done. I don't know how many weeks ago it was when I told you a source said that he found it laughable that people think that Aaron Rodgers will be there after this next season. He said it won't happen. And I remember saying it on the show, and there was no response from anybody with this, which I found interesting. How long has this been in the works? I found this out last night. The Rams, before making the trade for Matthew Stafford, knocked on the door with the Packers to say, is Rodgers available? The Niners reached out. They were curious. So it became this sort of not-so-secret that some of the teams were doing their due diligence, as you should, just to see. Imagine if the Niners gave up the number 3 pick and some other things for Aaron Rodgers last night. We would probably have the 49ers as the Super Bowl favorites right now. That's how good that team is. Rodgers there, they'd be the Super Bowl favorites. Were they proposing that? I mean, if I'm San Francisco, let's win now. Yes, I would have done that. The Rams got Matthew Stafford, but Sean McVay and Les Snead, from what I'm told, did inquire, but everybody was shut down quickly. But Aaron Rodgers, do you want to stay? Can you stay? And I think the public sentiment is on the side of Aaron Rodgers right now because we, on the outside looking in, feel like the Packers failed Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if the sentiment changes because it felt like Brett Favre wore out his welcome late in his career. And it felt like the Packers, the fans were ready to move on. But you knew you had something in Aaron Rodgers. We didn't know he'd have one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And if you're a Packers fan, you don't know what you have with Jordan Love. And that's the great mystery here. But if Aaron Rodgers wants out, where can you send him and what can you get in return? Is this repairable? It doesn't feel like it is. Now, does Aaron want a new contract? Should he get a new contract? I think the Packers were betting that Aaron Rodgers was starting to slide. He had thrown 25 touchdowns, 26 touchdowns in previous seasons, and then all of a sudden, he goes for 48 last year. He went from nowhere, sort of, to MVP. You'd have all these rankings of quarterbacks. All of a sudden, Aaron Rodgers in one poll wasn't even in the top 10. And I thought, how crazy is this? And then you decide, we got to get our quarterback, Jordan Love. So Rodgers had come on the show, and he said recently, a couple of weeks ago, he said, yeah, I'm sitting there just like you guys, and I'm watching this unfold. I was not told. You may not ask your quarterback for input on draft picks, but I think you do have to tell your quarterback, if you're taking a quarterback, just out of respect, you have to let him know, hey, we really love this kid. No pun intended. We're going to take him and we're going to develop him. Long-term future here, whatever it is. Now, you can tell him, right before you draft. I'm sure he's going to try to talk you out of it. But I think just the respect factor, I understand where Aaron Rodgers can be petty and he can hold a grudge. He's done that a variety of times in a variety of ways. But I do think public sentiment is still on his side, although it would be strange for Packers fans to be on his side knowing that he may want out of there. And that hurts your franchise. Where does he go? When Denver didn't take a quarterback last night, I thought, that is very, very interesting. I don't know if there's a trade in play. John Elway brought in Peyton Manning. Little bit different scenario there. But would Denver be in the market for Aaron Rodgers? Of course they would. And that solves your quarterback problems because John Elway is not drafted well. And all of a sudden you can take Aaron Rodgers, get him for a couple of years, and compete in the AFC West. So there's a lot of things that we can talk about. It was a great night. Really was. It was fun.